Welcome to Shogatsu. Hope you're all having a great time today. And we are going to have a little Q&A with a couple of really awesome singing voice actresses. So we have Sabrina, who was the voice of the evil Anne, and also Serendipitous.
And were you? Sorry, I'm just going to jump in. Were you also the voice of Serenity?
Yes.
It's great to see new cats speaking up. And here we also have Cristina, the new voice of Sailor Mars.
Yay!
So we're going to open up the floor to questions as well. So you might need to come up, and we can have you a microphone. Where you have one over here. Just because it's a little bit loud, so we might not hear you otherwise. But I'm going to start off with a couple of kind of basic things. So, when you ladies got roles in Sailor Moon, how did you react to that? What did it feel like when you got the part?
I'll go first. So I didn't even know what it was because it was just brand new, and I was out of theater school, and I was really excited because at that time we were just dubbing it. So I was just sort of thrilled, but it was really just a moment to moment thing. I didn't know how amazing it was until we sort of recorded it all. And then I was like, oh wow, that was fun, you know? And then it's mind-blowing how popular it became, which is probably different than you.
So yeah, because it was a big part of growing up for me was Sailor Moon, and so when I heard that they were having a new anime, it scared me because I knew there was a potential that I was going to be asked to audition, and that now this thing that I loved and grew up with had kind of a potential to hurt my feelings, if that makes sense. Because if I didn't get cast, they would be like, oh man, we're so close. But when I got the audition, I was blown away, and we didn't know it was also like they were going to go back and do the uncut versions of it. So it was just really incredible and very exciting, and it got really surreal until like we saw it, the finished product of the first season, actually.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What else are you guys up to outside of your sailor life?
I'm a mother of 3 daughters. I have my own Sailor Scouts at home. And I'm also shooting. I was just in Budapest working on a TV show called Ransom, so that was really fun. And I played a very serious warrior. And I'm not really a serious person, so that was crazy but good. And I've just been doing a lot of TV this year, which is great because I have been busy with kids, so it's nice for me to work because then I don't have to take care of my kids. No, that's not true. I love taking care of my kids. It's nice to have a break.
I'm doing a lot of voiceover stuff. Currently working on Miraculous, Ladybug, a lot of anime dubs. I'm also directing and producing stuff. So it's very much like right now. It's a huge part of my life is voiceover acting.
If anyone has any questions, then please just come up here to this microphone so that you can ask your question. Okay, don't be shy. They're very friendly, I swear.
Want you to start it already? I haven't even thought of it.
Whatever you think of one, you can step up to.
No pressure.
It's okay.
No
You've got
pressure.
time. It's all right. If you could be any Sailor Scout for a day in real life, which one would you want to be?
I always wanted to. Okay, let me rephrase that. If I could be any Sailor Scout, it would be one of the Sailor Starlights. Because I'm always, kind of curious what it'd be like to be a guy. And you have the best of both worlds if you're them. So.
Oh my god, same. Oh yeah, for sure. I'd be so full on envy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And they can change back and forth, so that's pretty sick.
That's kind of awesome.
So, if you ladies could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what do you eat and why?
One thing?
Only one thing.
I mean, I basically only eat one thing right now. I just became vegetarian, so the only way I can really get like my calories in is like pizza or pasta. So just like cheesy bread in any order.
I think I would eat avocados. I love that
Yeah.
so much. I kind of almost eat that every day too. And sometimes I put salt, just salt, and then sometimes I put cocoa. Yeah, that's so good with chocolate, and it kind of tastes like pudding. So it could be sweet or it could be savory. Of course.
How is the avocado market here in Toronto?
They travel so far.
Yeah.
Avocado.
Honestly, because I live right by Mexico, so that's where all the avocado comes by. So it's like, I love it so much.
Oh. Yeah, I think we're over here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, did you want to go?
Sorry, Sabrina, I think you addressed this just moments earlier, but I was going to ask if you had any experience doing live action work, and if you have it, what would sort of be like a good role you like imagine you could do yourself, could do for yourself in live action?
I did a TV show many years ago called Sinbad, and my father turned into a giant. So there was lots of green screen in that, and I, had to wield a sword, fight demons and dragons and that kind of thing. And that was fun, a lot of fun. But that was a long time ago, and I just don't think I'm in that kind of shape right now.
Is there a type of role or a type of character you think you'd be a good fit for it?
I would be a really great evil witch.
Just look in the mirror and say, oh, you know what? I might look like an evil witch.
Some days I do. Oh, nice. Aw, that's sweet. I would like to do that, actually. Kind of like take the evil stepmother and maybe not be so evil, but more like, yeah. I really love the evil queen in Tangled. So good.
I just saw that again recently, Tangled. It's such a flawless movie. It just, everything is wrapped up nicely, not a hair out of place, so to speak.
So good. What about you?
What kind of like live action role would I like? I would like a role very much like the evil queen in Once, like Regina. That'd be really cool. Or even like Regina George. I have an affinity for like the bad girls. I really love playing mean. So yeah, I'd like to do that. It'd be cool. What's the question about?
What are your guesses? I came from another panel, so
Yeah.
but I do have you all.
Yes.
So, what characters or anime have you
Oh, I have Hawk because I'm Hawk. He's my, if I were an animal, it would be this guy. Hawk is a boy, yeah. Don't let his girlless voice fool you. He's a boy. Hawk is a boy.
I'm Sir Hawk, captain of the air's fast disposal.
Thank you.
By the movie that you just did recently, do you watch Netflix? Like, I loved it out.
Dragon. I love that scene. Thanks. But do you what shows do you watch? Like,
Do you want to ask questions? I can come up to the microphone here because it's a little hard to hear over the noise out there.
I'm just curious what the craziest twists you found in front of you when you were like reading the script the first time. Like, wow, I didn't expect that to go in that direction. I'm thinking specifically of the medical movie, but maybe there's even a crazier twist you ran into.
Was there really much of a twist because you knew it from when you were younger? So you kind of have background on it.
Yeah, there wasn't a twist for me per se, no. There are times where my characters would be killed off and I would be a little sad because no more work. I don't think anything was as jarring to me as the Monica twist though at the end of the third movie.
When we originally shot Sailor Moon, when we recorded it, it was a very archaic system, and it was called a rhythm band.
Those are coming back.
I really liked it, actually. It's so good. But, so you'd be going along, you'd be like, okay, we're all a bunch of schoolgirls, and we're at school, that then someone would die, and oh my god! You didn't know any of that was happening until you were just sort of reading it, and then you were looking at the and you have to hold it forever until the thing would. So the first time through was always like, oh, that just happened. Oh, okay. So it was always a challenge. No. I'm Sailor Pluto. It's okay.
Represent.
Yeah.
They're wearing your colors too.
I love green.
Yeah, I feel like there's something to it. Like aura colors and the characters that you get cast as.
Yeah, and I think it's true, actually. You know, it's true. Yeah.
If you could use one of your sailor powers, how would you use it and why?
I would use my powers of fire to melt all the snow. But I loved it when this morning when I woke up, I was like, it's so beautiful, it's like Christmas. And then I see now, I understand, it's very difficult and cold.
The love of snow is fleeting.
Yeah. Like the novelty ran off really fast.
Really quick. It's so true. I think I would take the guardian of space and time and, I don't know, go back a few years and enjoy that date one or two more times. Or I'd go forward a few years and kind of see how much I messed up my kids, but then go back a bit and see if I could change it. Yeah.
I go back to see if dragons finally existed and mammoths.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God, for sure.
I don't know, I think it's my favorite animal
Dragons. Really? Do you think dragons really existed?
I mean, bearded dragons, so far so good, right?
True.
But no, I think that'd be the best.
Did you see the newest, scientific rendering of a T-Rex?
That's
It has he has a lot of fuzzy hair and feathers. It's cute.
It is cute. Yeah.
It's a lot less scary than the just like giant lizardy, scaly things walking around.
That's so true, right?
So, Cristina, you're also part of another iconic franchise, Power Rangers Hyperforce.
Yes.
So, what's it like being the first female Black Ranger?
It's pretty crazy. And the whole way that came about too was just serendipitous. And the fact that I got to kind of create her and make her my own was awesome. Yeah, it's really cool. I'm still holding out that we'll get a season 2. So cross some fingers.
Really good. Yeah.
This question is for Cristina. By any small chance are you privy to any information pertaining to a direct sequel to Madoka Rebellion?
I haven't heard anything, unfortunately. I'm crossing my fingers. I was just talking to somebody else about that. I really hope it happens. Yeah, thank you. What told you that there? Oh, nice. Cool. Any other questions? Questions?
So here's a little bit of a trickier one. Which character have you played in your career would you say is the most like your own personality?
Character most like me? Probably Marinette and Ladybug.
Okay.
I think so.
I played a character in a series called Slings and Arrows, and she's a terrible actress. But she just wants to be so good. And I would say that that's really true of me. I just always want to be so good, but the fear is always that I'm no good. Yeah, so I think that kind of haunts me, but I think it's a natural place to work from, right? Sort of like me.
I think that means that you are an actor. You know what I mean? What is that thing? Imposter syndrome that we were talking about?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
The voice actor probably helps. The voice
Yeah.
actor.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I think it's always that thing, like when I was away working on this project, and I finished the day shooting, and I sleep in my hotel room, and I get back on a plane from Europe, and I'm home, and then I watch my Netflix show, and I go, oh my god, I should have done it like that. Oh, I was so stupid. Why? But it was like way after the cameras were finished, and everyone had gone home, but I think that's what happens when you're an actor. You just never really let it go. Which is why it's nice to get on the other side and direct or produce because it kind of help you,
Yeah. And it does, and it gives you that other perspective that, well, it's okay. It's just okay. You know what I mean?
To let it go.
Yeah.
You get your takes. You get, how many kicks at the can. Sometimes you often will say, do you want to do one just for you? And as an actor, you go, okay, sure. Or no, I'm good. I'm giving you everything that I want. And then you have to just give it. And then the director and the editor and whoever else will make the decisions. But you have to be free to just let it go. Yeah.
Is there a role or project of yours that you wish more people knew about?
More people know about. I'm doing a show right now called Kim's Convenience, and a lot of people are watching it, but I think that show should get a plug because it's so good. It really is. Kim's Convenience. It's on Netflix now, yeah? It's about a Korean family and all the people that are in their lives, and it's really funny and quite endearing. It's really sweet.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna check that out. For me, I don't know. I feel like I wish more people played Final Fantasy Type Zero. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It's a Final Fantasy game, which is like this huge series that's been going on since Super Nintendo. And the games are always huge, but this one was delayed so much. It was meant for another system, and they just pushed it 5 years after it was released in Japan, so that when it was released here, the reception wasn't nearly as big. You know what I mean?
Best one since 10.
Sorry?
It's the best one since 10.
Thank you. Tell everybody that, because I really like working on it. So yeah, I hope that one comes back someday in a big way, because I thought it was really good too.
It's amazing, this industry is so interesting, whether it's a game or a show, so many things slip through. And the things that explode, you're like, what? And the things that go away, how'd that happen? It was so good. It's true. It's a good question.
Can you come up to the microphone? Yeah, because it's a little hard to hear.
So how did you voice actresses? What was the
How did you become?
I was at a theater school and I had a really great voice teacher, and he was also a producer. His name is Roland Parliament, and he's the one who then brought me into see Karen, who was cast in Sailor Moon, and it just sort of went like that through school mostly. And it was something I didn't think about because I ended up going to Stratford and I was a theater actor primarily, and I hadn't even thought that the voice thing would be never. But it was such a wonderful thing to learn at school, which is why I think going to theater school or post-secondary school or even just some other institute where all of this is offered to you.
The networking within your secondary courses.
Yes, exactly. And that's how you, and then you kind of find your thing. Yeah.
So mine, because of your work, like I found love, you know what I mean? With Sailor Moon, but I was young enough that I wasn't at that point where I was able to differentiate like, oh, this isn't a real thing that's happening, you know what I mean? But when I did realize that, that's what I wanted to do. I always wanted to be a voiceover actress. So I got all the traditional training, theater. I went to school for theater as well, and all the workshops and classes. But my goal was always to be a voiceover actor for animation and video games.
Great.
Any vocal lessons as well, like singing and vocals? Has
Yeah.
that been a background for you as growing up?
Yes, I was a singer first, so I sang in bands, and I did musical theater, and my first professional gig was doing an operetta, actually. So yeah, I started singing for sure, and very early on.
Same, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I came up with a good question. So, I'm a really big fan of Keon, which you worked on Cristina and Leo, and I really related to it because I was going through this thing in my teenage years where I was trying to like make a band and everything. And my question for both of you is do you know how to play any musical instruments? And if there's an instrument out there that you don't know how to play, but you wish you did?
I didn't hear the second part of that question. I play drums, like concert snare and marching band snare and drum set. Yeah.
Oh, amazing!
Yeah, that was in high school, and I was gonna originally go to college for music, but I didn't do it. I also know how to play flute, so I can read music. I wouldn't say like I'm an accomplished musician, but I'm learning with the ukulele, and I've always wanted to learn piano.
I played piano for many years, and then I learned how to play the French horn. So I played the French horn in high school and my first year of college, and then I would love to learn how to play the violin. My middle child is learning violin right now, and she's actually learning how to fiddle, not just classical pieces. So that's so much fun to kind of do it that way.
It's a really difficult instrument.
So hard. Yeah, I am very. Yeah.
I ran into someone here at the con who was saying this is his first anime convention. And so I was just curious if you, like, I remember my first anime convention was such a shock to the system. I was curious if either of you have interesting stories or memorable stories from your first anime conventions.
My first convention was when I was, I think I was 13 years old, and Anime Expo was a big thing back then, and it was just really fun. I went with some friends from high school, and it was a lot different back then. Anime wasn't mainstream, and now which is crazy because now it is classified as a mainstream media, which is really cool. But it was very small, and back then, it was just companies giving you free stuff, like, oh, here are some DVDs or VHS, yeah. comic books that we have like extra of and enjoy. So but it was a different experience. It was really cool. The good old days.
Good old days when everything was free. My first convention was Pretty Heroes 6 months ago, and I had seen photos, but I've never really been to one, and I just loved it. It was so great. The response was tremendous. I loved meeting all of the fans and getting some really beautiful fan art, which was just mind-blowing. I literally had no idea that it was as big as it is, and to this day I just think it's amazing. And I love going to little kiosks and buying little toys and keychains. I just think it's great. It's great.
I think it's great that that someone like Cristina would come up to you and say, you know, you're involved in here. You really inspired me to take on a career.
Oh my God, it's crazy. Yeah, like that's just so. It is amazing, actually, being in as an actor, to know that you are paving the way for this other generation. You're doing the exact same thing, you know, and then it kind of keeps continuing. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, we're all
Such a
building something together, you know, over like as time lapses. Like I've even seen like a big switch as well, like since I started out, and it's changing again, and it's really cool to see. Like, and it really is because of the work other people did and their fight for like fair wages and the way that they created the craft, and that we learned from that. People are going to learn from us, and I think it's really cool.
Yeah. And I think as more women are taking over and being the heads of studios, or even just directing, or producing, or editing, stories are changing. I really like that.
Dream role, like anything you've ever watched or been a huge fan of that you were like, oh, if I could do that, I would do that for sure for the rest of my life. Like a character you want to play or a game you want to play.
Good question. I always wanted to be Meryl Streep in Sophie's Choice, but you know. But now being a parent, I think that would probably kill me. So I'm gonna stick with the Wicked Witch. I really want to be one in something one day.
Every like 10 years or so, Disney like casts the princesses again. You know what I mean? To like, if they need a new like replacement voice, I would love to be like the official voice for one of the princesses.
Oh my God, yeah.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Amazing.
I auditioned for like Kirsten Bell's double for Anna, and it was a dream come true. I didn't get it, but it was still a lot of fun.
Oh my God.
Maybe you two might end up working together, like you'd be like Snow White or something, and then you'd be
Yes.
Evil's stepmother.
Yes. Oh, love that.
Hi Sabrina, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, honey?
I'm good.
Good.
My question to you is, are you interested appearing on TV shows or talk shows?
I find all those really nerve-wracking, but yeah, I am actually. I don't know. I feel like it's such a wonderful thing to share that it is nice to be asked questions about what you do, what you're working on, and how you can get it out there and get more people to see it. Definitely.
Oh, again, there was that fan who didn't realize Cristina when you played Hawk.
Yes.
And so I was just curious, when I knew I was coming here, I realized like, oh, I should look up the both of you played, if there's any roles, like, I don't want to find out later, like, oh, I should have asked them about that role when I had the chance. So anyway, the point being here that one of the top results for you, Sabrina, is your role in Puppets Kill as a, let me see what you describe this, a nymphomaniac Siamese twin. So, who was involved again with a puppet, if anyone who doesn't know the show. So I'm just curious, with you, both of you, the weirdest roles you play. like weirdest?
So that'd be it.
Yeah. Okay, second weirdest.
It just got announced, but Darkness in Konosuba was very, like, I'd never seen that character archetype before. So in this show, she's a knight, she's a young woman. It's like a fantasy world, and where everybody's like, you're a mage, you're a cleric, you're a knight. So she's a knight, but she is awful at being a knight. She can't hit anything. She will always miss. And she's also a masochist. So, yeah, and I love the way they handle it because they never say anything like outright, but it's all just like suggested, and it was just so clever the way they did it, and so well written. It was insane, but I've never seen a character like her before. It was crazy.
Wow, that's so great. I played kind of it was a show called Da Vinci's Inquest many years ago, and I played a character called, well, she was basically Carla Homolka. So that was very twisted. It was a lot of fun to play, but now in retrospect, to see it, you go, oh my god, only a youth can sort of do something that blindly. But yeah, it was just sort of one of those things where you go, ugh, kind of makes your skin crawl.
Would Cristina know
But it was fun.
at all about that person, like coming from the States?
Carla Homolka. She's a woman who, her and her husband, ended up abducting at two different times these Leslie Huffy and these two teenage girls and imprisoned them and sexually assaulted them and then killing them, and also her sister too. So, but she ended up only serving. She's actually out of prison now. He's not.
So, I've heard a similar story, not the same one. She was like a
Veterinarian assistant?
I don't know. Okay, no, the one I heard, she was a sex worker out of her house, and they stole these people, but it was more than like a couple times. It was like 17 bodies.
Oh God, no.
I have to get the name of that because one of my weird fascinations is like true crime.
Oh,
yeah. So there's a show called My Favorite Murder. If you guys haven't heard of it, it's a podcast. Oh, it's so good. It's
I would love it.
two women. They're hilarious.
I would love it.
It's great. I love podcasts actually. That's my new favorite.
Yeah, it's so good. I love it so much.
Yeah. Just listen. Imagine. Yeah.
It's good. Good for drives. Nice, relaxing. Listen to people talk about murder. Get to work. It's great.
That doesn't inspire any rage on your commute.
No. Sometimes, but you have to listen to it because they're so good at like presenting the facts, and they're so funny. But it's always at the expense of the serial killer, not about the victims. Like they're very it's really good. It's actually really empowering at times.
Are there favorite podcasts you guys would recommend?
Not off the top of my head.
My favorite murder.
So, when you come to anime conventions and other conventions as guests, you probably meet a lot of fans who get a little starstruck and get kind of nervous. Who makes you feel starstruck? If you were to meet them, or maybe you have met them.
I still feel, I get a little, I don't want to say nervous, but, oh, cute. Of course. Yeah.
It's after the panel we have
It's at 6:30?
I
6.
think it's almost immediately after.
Yeah.
So it should be
What was I saying? What was I? Who am I? Hi. I completely forgot.
Celebrity crush.
Celebrities!
Who makes you get starstruck? Who would you be really nervous meeting?
Chris Evans.
Yes. Sure.
I think that's pretty much it.
That's a good one.
No. I don't think I'm Wait, I'm going to the Ariana Grande concert with my eldest, and I have to say, I'm just such a huge fan, right? Like, she's so amazing that I kind of feel like, oh, I would really freak out if I met her. Yeah. I would really be, you know, and she's just amazing. So I'm kind of all Ariana Grande these days.
Yay! I love her. So good, man.
So in your experience as convention guests, what would you say are your favorite parts and least favorite parts, pros and cons, if you will, of huge, mega?
Pros and cons. Sorry, continue.
That would be a good convention for like writers to gather and stuff. But so what would be, you know, the pros and cons of both really huge conventions, like mega conventions like Anime Expo or Fan Expo, and what would be the advantages and disadvantages of like, you know, smaller conventions like this one?
You go.
I think sometimes I think it's good for you guys that the smaller ones are a bit more intimate, but for me I get a little more nervous. You know what I mean? Because like when you're at Anime Expo, it's like you're talking to 2,000 people. You know, it's like. But for me, the hardest part about any convention is the actual travel days. That's what makes it difficult. That's it. Everything else I love.
Do you have anything to add?
Well, just that. It's just the organizing your life around getting there, and you know, other things have to get put on hold. That's it. But actually being here is just wonderful. Yeah, it's gravy. You know?
Any question?
Anyone else shy out there who wants to ask a question?
Favorite hobby?
Oh, favorite hobby.
Okay, my favorite thing to do in the morning is get up, go to Starbucks, read, and listen to my murders.
Oh my god,
It's so relaxing.
What kind of books do you read? Are you reading like crime stories as well, or something?
No.
I just want to know if
Only fascinated in murder.
Only. No, right now I'm reading a lot of like books about like self-improvement is my new thing right now. Usually I'll go for like fantasy novels or romance, that kind of stuff, you know, girly things.
I like to garden. So if I get any free time, I like to do that. I'm trying to do that actually indoors now, which is crazy because it's cold. There's not enough light, but I'm forcing some bulbs and it's happening, so it's good.
I have some of those little herb garden kits you can grow inside too.
You really do need light though. Like when I don't have a lot of light. So I have this one little section upstairs, so everything's there. All my plants are there. Oh, it's good.
Guys have this, like, where they've made a choice and like, why did you do that? You don't have
Yeah. Not gonna say who or who, but you know, sometimes that's just how it is. You can play different than you would think the director's version of the character is. But that's part of the job, you know?
Yeah, you can't get too attached.
Yeah.
If you do, then well, you should do something else. You know?
What's like one of the most fun scenes that you ever had to do? Something memorable.
Fun scenes?
Maybe it was humorous, maybe it was just, you know, really good vibe.
Oh.
A fun time recording.
Yeah, recording especially that could have been a
We did a
movie.
girl movie once called Kate, and it was just a lot of, you know, really like Sandra Oh and Heather Graham and just a bunch of girls, Sarah Chalk, and we were all, you know, we were like, swimming and Georgian Bay, and like, just, but that was all being captured on camera, and that was really fun, right? Because it was real and it was authentic and we really were having a good time. So it's kind of nice when you get to shoot something that's really happening, you know? I don't know.
I can't think of anything right now.
You get to do so much fun stuff.
Lots of fun stuff. I just really like when I get to record with other people as opposed to being by
Oh
myself.
my god, yes! That's so much fun. Yeah. Often we do our work by ourselves, actually. That's true. We're just by ourselves in the studio with you know, like a, what's that called? A music stand, headphones, engineer, that's it. But when you have another actor, it's so much better.
So better than nothing.
Do you get more than one person? Do you get like a group of people?
Sometimes it's usually never just me and somebody else. It would be like 4 or 5 of us if we do that.
That's great.
It's so much more fun for me to be around people. Yeah.
Don't you wish they did auditions like that too?
Ooh.
Really fun.
I'm just getting flashbacks though to like going to commercial auditions, and you know, because not everybody is, you know, has the same idea. But that would be cool for video and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cristina, I was just curious with the, I know just enough French to kind of struggle through the French dub of Miraculous.
Yeah.
So I was curious, again, I'm not an expert on French, but French Marinette seems to have a little more of an edge, kind of like a snarkiness, even with like, you know, the first season was just like making fun of Garamond talking too much behind his back.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, were you like asked to sort of be more like, yeah, to soften her, and because maybe it's just like a difference between, you know, like French culture and American culture. They wanted to get rid of the French rudeness.
Well, it's interesting because it's scripted in English first, so I think that they would be making her more French. If that makes sense.
Is it? I'd heard that before. I wasn't sure about that. But so the show is like the lip flap and stuff is done for the English.
Yeah.
But the episodes are like written in French originally and then translated, right?
No, it's English and then translated to French.
Oh, okay. The writers are doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I stand corrected.
It's a weird thing because it comes out, you know, because the French will come out before the English. Sometimes the Spanish comes out before, or the Korean. So it's like this kind of like international schedule. So it's like we don't. What's really the first language? Right.
Because I prefer the English dub. You have like the whole show has a great cast.
Oh, thank
It's a
you.
great job. But I was just curious if it was like a choice or just like the way you chose to play that. You did a great job. Again, just the.
Thank you. No, I don't think that ever came up. I know, like in the second season, there are some scenes where we softened her a little bit, like when people would get acclimatized because of her. So for those, we did make choices like, okay, she seemed a little bit angry. Let's tone it down a bit.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
So for both of you, how do you guys find the courage and the motivation to stick through really either silly or crazy or heavy moments? Like, prime example in my head is whenever Marinette cannot hold her head when like someone like Adrian's around, she does the whole. How do you just stand there in front of somebody and do that without turning your head?
Oh, I'm not sure anymore. It just kind of takes over, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Exactly, it just sort of takes over. Or it's like learning a piece of music. And so the notes do this, right? And so we just do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say, that's my favorite.
Thank you.
I do it in my own life, and I was like, she's a human. She's a human person. I relate so much.
Thank you.
Favorite people to work with, like actors to play off with, directors to work with, or if you don't want to pick favorites, what do your favorite people do?
That's a great question. For me, I really like a director who encourages play and is open to what you want to do, and then also is super clear in what they want from you. So clear direction. I love that. I really do. It's very hard to work with somebody who kind of doesn't know what they want, but they're very happy with what you're doing, but you want to, as an actor, give options. You want to color in all the lines, you know? So someone who allows you to do that is really cool.
For me, you know, because like I'm really lucky that I get to do it full time. But when you're alone for so much of the day, you know, because it's you and then the booth director, it's nice to be with somebody who, without sacrificing like quality or productivity, will make it. When you can just really connect with somebody, you know what I mean? Nice people.
Everyone's so shy in here today. Don't be shy.
Thank you for coming up here. I gotta ask, what voice actors are you a fan of? When you hear their performances and you just get that rush. Who are you a fan of? Currently, any like anime or animation, who are you a fan of?
That's a hard question. I don't know. I'm a huge fan of all the oldies. I love Carol Burnett. I love Jim Carrey. Like, I just love what those people can do. They do things that I can't do. Like, they're full-on clowns. And I really admire that. It's tremendous.
Tara Strong is a big one for me. She's great. Also, people who do creature noises like D. Bradley Baker are really, it's incredible to watch them.
So crazy,
Yeah, it's really cool.
Reminisce a little bit on some of your iconic lines. Say some like attack frames. Everyone always loves that.
Attack frames?
Yeah.
I mean, like, Pluto Deadly Scream!
What's mine? Wait, because I'm getting them confused between like the ones I grew up with and the ones that I sing.
You can pick whichever one. I'm sure everyone can
Oh my gosh, let's see. Okay.
Fire! Soul!
Thank you.
You actually have that in there all the time. It's just sitting there and you're like, here you go. Here it is. I have it.
She's so lucky she has so many.
Yeah.
Lucky, I'm really
Ours gets a lot of different ways. I think more than most of them do because she's got her charm.
Oh my gosh, the one that we had to keep in Japanese. I remember that one. You guys want to hear that one? Alright, it goes Rin, Pyo, To, Shan, Kai, Jin, Detsu, Zan, Zen. Evil spirits, be exorcised!
Thank you. Another question over here?
So of course sometimes we forget that all these shows you've dubbed are mostly intended for a younger audience. I said I had a really good laugh at that interview of the really young Ladybug fan who was interviewing Cristina.
Yeah.
And when she specifically asked the hard question about if you got your co-star, Pat Morris' voice, the comic book was really cute. And I just curious if you have, I don't think you got a real answer then. And,
Well, here's the thing, like, Bryce is such a sweet man. He's also married with 2 children, so it's like, what am I going to say? No, I don't think he's cute. It's like,
I'm just curious if you have other like fun moments with the main audience age of the shows you've done, like the younger fans.
Like, how are your interactions with like kids?
Yeah.
When you know your characters?
Kids say the darndest things. Like some of the shows have been not. I guess we've done more like adult themes, like not 8-year-old aimed stuff, like creating TV and such. Just we've had really funny interactions with very young fans. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing as I say some pretty unspoken questions.
I haven't really. I purposely kept my kids away from concealer, just because I just didn't want the questions. But it's funny, I have 3, and I have 3 daughters. So now my 4-year-old, I'm like, whatever, watch it. It's really good. It's a great show. And if she comes up with a question, I'll just answer the question. I won't go on, because that's the key, right? If you just... Yeah, exactly. So aren't you brother and sister?
You know,
Not on this planet.
it's like, yes, she's 14 and he's in his 20s. That's it.
You're reincarnated, that makes it okay.
But that's okay when you're drawing.
I'm gonna use that from now on. It's okay when you're drawing. It's so good.
We're getting close to time here, so what would you say is the reason that Sabrina resonates with people so many years later? It's been over 25 years. It's a pretty long-running franchise, considering. What do you think it is that makes it have that staying power?
One, I mean, for me, it normalized something that I didn't realize wasn't normal when I, in television, where it was about women who are kicking butt, and it's not about, there's that romance between, Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask, but it wasn't about that. It was about, like, being a kid and having fun. Oh, I'm transforming now, it's saving the world. And, I think that's very important, and we're getting more of that now. Like, we just got She-Ra, which was so good, and Korra. We're getting a lot more shows like that, but for the longest time, that was the only thing on TV like that.
I love that whole thing of loyalty, too. That seems to be such a huge thing in Sailor Moon, that even though they're kicking butt, they've got each other's back forever. For all time, all space. I like it. I think that's what resonates too, right? Maybe that's why it's lasted so long.
Any final thoughts you have for the audience?
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, we'll be doing autographs just around the corner very shortly, so you can go over there and line up and wait to see them. Thank you for coming.